Shit, Wayne. Earlier you said it took you a while to, because, your wife wanted you to go in there. So you went in there, you know what I mean? You said it took you a while to want to be there for yourself. You know what I mean?
It did.
When did that kick in for you? When you're like, you know what? I need to do this for me.
Whenever I relapsed the first time.
Yeah.
Right after that, I'm sitting there and I'm drunk and I'm just freaking thinking I'm right back where I was. This ain't nothing. I'm going to be drunk and I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do it again and again and again. And it just dawned on me that this is really, it had to be that way. That's all there was to it. Sure, drinking's legal. And I've watched many of my family members die or some serious something of it.
Right.
And I just thought, that ain't the way I want to go. It ain't. I've watched my grandmother and a few other people die of throat cancer from smoking. I quit smoking, I don't want to die that way ever. And I look at that and I think, the first funeral I ever remember going to was my grandfather. He died of cancer also from drinking. And it seemed like a lot of people in suicides, all kinds of crap. I don't want to die that way.
Did you ever have those thoughts?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Yes. And thank God I was always bad at carrying them out. I think a lot of times when I'd try it, it'd be more like a cry for help.
Yeah.
In my younger days.
Yeah.
In my younger days. I've always had it drilled into me when I was young. My dad was a Arkansas State Correction officer. And he used to bring me to the prison with him, and he showed me exactly, when I was young, what would happen if I were ever involved in a DUI or something and somebody was injured. He'd introduce me to people at the prison, Arkansas State Penitentiary, since I was a young kid. And I've always known not to drink and drive. And a lot of times I didn't drink and drive because my wife was right there with me saying, no, we'll walk to the store together or you'll go get it for me. But, I've always been lucky in that field, but there's a time or two I've been caught driving. I thought about running it off at one of these hills or something.
Yeah.
Just one quick turk and be over.
So your dad tried to scare straight on you? He was like the original. He's the one who made it up. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I look at it now. I remember when I was in the service, he actually went down to Texas, drove down there to be in that program with me.
Really?
Side by side. And even at then, I didn't think it was a big deal. It ain't no big deal. Dad, what are we doing here? This is funnier now. My dad was taking it serious. I wouldn't take it serious. It's that sickness, man. Well, how come when you're on that side of sickness, it just leaves you thinking
it's smarter than we think it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's cunning, exactly.
It's very
like
cunning. It'll make everything that you're doing seem super reasonable. It'll make excuses for all the actions that you have, and it'll show you a promising romantic future with just you in it, and it'll make you not care about anything else.
And the biggest regret that I have as far as being a drunk is my father passed away. And he called me one day. He goes, look, son, I got cancer. And I said, oh, Dad, you're just full of crap. You're just telling me that because you want me to move back home with you.
That was the response.
He died within 6 months later of having cancer. I could not believe I said that to that man.
Really?
And I don't know. He's always been there. All of a sudden, he was gone. And that's always been one of the most disappointing things in my life as far as I'm concerned about my alcoholism and everything, is letting that happen, letting him die pretty much alone, and, just not being there for him. And he was always there for me, There's all kinds of reasons why I should have quit alcohol a long time ago, but didn't.